I spent a whole week in Vegas leading up to the team being named. And I went to the Golden Knights. They actually had offices in an office park because they didn't have a practice facility yet. And I sat down with George McPhee, and I had done all this work leading up to the expansion draft and prepping for it. And I had my mock draft and everything, and I slid it across the table to him, and he looked at it, and he's like, interesting. Yeah. Huh. And he wouldn't tip his hand at all, but he was basically like, yeah, like you're on the right track with a lot of these picks and nailed some of them. But even the reaction from the Golden Knights, I can tell you this with 100% fact, that the day after the team was named, they had a sit down with Gary Bettman and Bill Daly in Vegas at lunch, and they were openly complaining about the expansion draft rules, saying this is not set up for us to get anything. And they ended up with something because George McPhee was able to absolutely hammer these teams in leverage with their cap space and get pieces like Jonathan Marchessault, the Conn Smythe winner, and Riley Smith, the cup clinching goal scorer, in one transaction from the Florida Panthers, who, by the way, they beat last night.
Yeah, that is something. You dropped the line there right off the bat. You know, you looked at him, you said, does this guy know how the NHL works? And I would almost argue that a big reason why they were able to build this team is because they didn't know how the NHL worked. They didn't sit there and go, patience, build through the draft, get a good young core. They basically sat there and said, ooh, that guy's available and he's really good. Let's get him. Oh, Jack Eichel's available. Back surgery be damned. Let's go get him. Oh, Alex Pietrangelo, Stanley Cup winning D-man. Screw our cap. Let's go get that guy too. It was just, if they wanted it, they got it.
Well, it was super aggressive. And the thing about everything that you just said is all of those players were available to 30 other teams. And people were scared off by the Jack Eichel unconventional neck surgery and Mark Stone and the contract that he was due, and Alex Pietrangelo committing that many dollars to a guy that was soon to be on the wrong side of 30. I mean, every single move that they made also had a cap consequence because it meant saying goodbye to some really good players. Paul Stastny, he mother bleeped the Vegas Golden Knights on the way out. Like, he just bought a house in Vegas, was planning on staying there forever. Max Pacioretty, same thing, builds a huge spread in Vegas, and it's like, I'm going to be a Golden Knight for life. And instead, they're like, we don't even want anything for him. Just get him out of here. Marc-Andre Fleury, same thing, the original Golden Knight, the premier sort of expansion night draft pick. Bill Foley told Marc-Andre Fleury in an elevator once that he was going to retire as a Vegas Golden Knight. And they were like, yeah, look, all's fair in love and war, and we're trying to win a Stanley Cup, and doesn't matter what emotions and loyalty and anything else are like. We are going to build the best damn team possible, and they went out and did it.